So I am an advocate for targeting individuals, and I am a Santísima Muerte devotee, which that means I'm a manipulator energy. When it comes down to me, the American government has been violating my rights in the biggest sense, my First Amendment, my Fourth. Just this past 2 weeks, I've had over 15 Facebooks violated because of what my police department did. This is the one thing I know for a fact. Eventually, I will get into money for the simple sense that what Minus X3 is planning on doing is going to be an investigation within the prisons. When it comes down to me, you might ask who I am. All you have to do is Google my name or Google Minus X3, and you'll see how hard I push to uncover the crimes that have been happening here in this country. When it comes down to even to the whole sense of making a murder, and that's the one. I received a contract to make sure this individual is free for the simple sense of what gang stalking is. Let's just say that the American government tried to do the same thing they did to Stephen Avery to me, which was a simple sense of manipulating judges, attorneys, community members, all to a sense of making sure they convict them. Now, when it comes down to what Minus X3 will do, is going to be an investigation of the mind control murder crimes. When it comes down to that, if the technology exists, why is every crime being declared mental illness? So you might ask, why am I pointing this out to Netflix? Because one day you will see all this come out. This is a promise. When it comes down to everything that's going on, everybody in this country knows me as an advocate for human rights, advocate for the COVID-19 victims, advocate for the mass against the mass shootings. Down to the sense I know how the American government creates mass shooters. It's all the simple sense of this technology. When it comes down to exactly what I need to do, is like right now. All right, I've had over maybe 25. Let's just say 20. All right, TikTok's violated by TikTok. They have been using TikTok's guidelines in the most criminal way, in the biggest sense. Like I made that video before, and it was a whole sense of what the mind control program does, which is manipulate technology in the most coward sense to be able to say, well, this video right here, no one's going to pay attention to it. It's going to get banned. It's going to get taken off, and because the simple knowledge I said rape. So they manipulated the video because they know I collect them and I put them on YouTube. When it comes down to everything that's going on, I don't even know how to fucking turn that shit sideways like that. I want you guys to understand that, like I said, the American government has been violating my First and my Fourth. Eventually, this story will come out. It will be one of the biggest stories in America's history. Like I said, now, why Netflix? Because you guys give money to anybody, right? When it comes down to the reality of what's been happening here in town, my police department, they're repeating, right? This is exactly why my 15 Facebooks were violated, for the simple sense of every criminal, every federal and state law they broke against me. They don't want the public to know exactly what's been going on, to the biggest sense. Even down to the whole reality of the P. Diddy thing, right? The only reason I mention P. Diddy is because of the simple sense that you know how hard it is to leak information when it comes down to a prisoner, stuff like that. That right there will always fucking contradict what the federal government is saying, down to the whole reality that it will actually damage the whole case they have against P. Diddy. But nobody realizes exactly to what point everything is going on, for the simple sense of it's good television, right? Now, like I said, I keep tagging my police department on Facebook, and they keep violating these accounts. I have all these accounts here. Right now, currently, there's an individual who has hacked my phone. Now, when it comes down to me, the DEA knows me, the ATF knows me, the FBI, the CIA, the NSA, and the Secret Service. I am the original person that the CIA tried to make hurt Donald Trump. The Secret Service came to my house. So when it comes down to everything I'm doing, it's like one of the biggest hints ever of what I'm trying to say. It's like I am the most known unknown, down to the whole point that the media knows me. But nobody wants to declare this story. Nobody even wants to investigate this story. When it comes down to me, I will be one of the most watched. Even this, like I'm saying this in the biggest sense. Like you could come and see and speak to me, and I'll tell you exactly what's going on. I can show you evidence on everything that's been happening, and it'll be one of the top hitters of Netflix. But when it comes to the whole reality, eventually I'll get money either way. Minus X3 will always be its own thing when it comes down to what I have done and what everything is going on. Now, I want you guys to understand, the only reason I'm making this is because I'm being told to. Not by the people I hear, since I am a prophet of God. That's one of the biggest things there. You'd say, well, make a video for Netflix. And that's the whole reality. If you could get 50 cent money, come on now. Now, when it comes down to everything that is here, you will see 732 North Lincoln, Little, Kansas. Hey, and fuck the feds. You can see to what point the American government will take hiding the truth. When it comes down to this, these were all suspended just the past 2 weeks. for the simple sense that it goes in the same thing. They're using the guidelines on Facebook and TikTok in the most criminal way. 732 North Lincoln, Liberal, Kansas.